In the age of social media, there have been many films pertaining to computers or the impact of the digital age. Things like Unfriended, Cyberbully, Megan is Missing, and others like it all failed to bring about a true awareness of the modern day implications of technology. But something interesting happened this year with Bo Burnham's 8th Grade, a film that portrayed the usage of social media technology in a very realistic way, and this trend of understanding continues in the movie Searching. Searching follows David Kim, played by Star Trek actor John Cho, whose daughter turns up missing, and what follows is a story about finding his daughter, moving on from trauma, and the effect technology has on both the positive and negative side effects of the investigation. Searching, for me, is a top 5 of the year contender. Not only does this film clearly communicate its message well, but it also managed to keep me engaged throughout. It can be very difficult to keep anyone's attention with all of the action taking place on a computer screen, but one of the biggest draws is how effective the actual story is. We all can sympathize with someone whose loved one is missing, and that is the driving force on what John Cho manages to capture in his character's actions and dialogue. Heck, the film even has moments when it is focused on a mouse cursor and you can sense the hesitation in his movement without even having to look at the guy's face. I think the thing that sets this film apart from the other films like it is how they use technology. Things like Unfriended try to use technology like it is something spooky and mysterious, and it just comes off as just plain laughable and annoying. The way the computers are used in Unfriended films is like having an old guy try to write dialogue for teenage girls. There are a lot of missing or downright wrong representations. On the whole, Unfriended uses technology as a gimmick. It doesn't entirely enter the storytelling process. Searching, however, uses technology like a new language, in new ways of storytelling that begs to be taken honestly. This film uses computers as a motif to help tell a story, whether it be audio calls, FaceTime, Reddit posts, news feeds, or social media. It is all geared towards the story rather than just being a pure gimmick. Searching, in its purest form, is a contemporary thriller that kept me on the edge of my seat for most of the film. There wasn't a single bad performance, and the lengths the father goes through is greatly explored. This is also a film you need to pay attention to because the littlest things that happen in the story, even the most minute details, actually pay off in very significant ways at the very end. As much as I praise this film, however, there is one thing I thought was a minus, and that I felt it had too many red herrings. Red herrings are fine in thrillers as it helps keep the audience guessing and thinking, but when it is used too many times, it can be distracting. Fortunately, it didn't fully ruin the impact of my entire viewing experience. I was in the theater watching this with an audience of 3, me and 2 other people, and about halfway through, they leave. Now, maybe it is because they thought the mystery was over or something, as about that point in the film, it does feel like it would be an ending. But if they had stayed, they would have been in for a really great film. But I also think this speaks volumes on today's social media-minded people on stories like this. I've seen so many times on social media calling things cases closed when in actuality the case wasn't even over. I think with what happened at the theater led to an unintentional reading of the film. Overall, Searching is a must-watch film for 2018. It has great character moments, the story was intriguing, and I will definitely be adding this film to my collection when it arrives on Blu-ray. And I'm giving this film an A.